Right, thank you all for coming and joining us today. This is a webinar for our offer holders and inquirers to programs, PGT programs here in Newcastle University Business School. And today we're going to focus on postgraduate opportunities in digital business, namely our digital business program, our digital business and e-commerce, and our newly launched business analytics program. So on the agenda for today is why pursue a postgraduate degree. So the benefits of studying a degree across the board, the benefits of studying a degree here in the UK. An overview of the digital business, e-commerce and business analytics programs themselves. We understand that it can be quite challenging sometimes making the right decision for yourself and understanding exactly where the value is going to be for you in terms of your future career plans, what you're going to enjoy, and what the content of the program is going to be. So we're going to do a slightly deeper dive on that, just to make sure that you fully understand where you stand, you understand exactly the sort of programs that we have. If you do have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask at that point. We're also going to talk very briefly about career opportunities, specifically careers opportunities linked to our programs under discussion. So you can, really start to map where you think that return on investment will land. And also we'll talk a little bit about the admissions process and scholarships available for this year as well. We're also due to have some of our degree program directors join us for this session. They'll be along at some point in the next hour or so. They're teaching this morning, so they're hopefully going to join us and be able to answer any specific questions that you might have about the content of the program. Just so you know, my name's Jen Simpson and I work as part of the student engagement team here at Newcastle University Business School. So I oversee teams that are dedicated to making sure that you have a fantastic student experience when you join us here in Newcastle. And that's everything from our facilities to your learning experience to your digital portfolio that's available to you as well. So things like Canvas, the online learning forums, and as making sure that you have a fantastic time in terms of careers and business engagement as well. So moving forwards then, why pursue a postgraduate degree? I'm not going to dwell too long on this particular slide because I'm guessing if you're coming along to this sort of session, you've already decided that actually a postgraduate degree is going to be of value to you. But just in case there is anybody on the call that's still weighing up their options, a postgraduate degree can be really beneficial to you for a few different reasons. Number one, and probably most importantly for a lot of people, is that it can help to enhance your career prospects and ultimately your earning potential. The majority of the programs here at Newcastle University Business School are what we call conversion programs, which means that you don't necessarily need to have prior experience in a particular area or a specific academic background to apply and be successful in gaining admission to one of our programs. There are a couple of programs in our accounting and finance portfolio, on our economics portfolio, where a certain academic background would be desirable, but certainly in terms of digital business, you can have come from any sort of academic background. So you can have done geography, English, maths, law, you name it, engineering, and you would be more than qualified and welcome to apply for this for these programs. Because of that, these programs give you the opportunity to either build on your existing knowledge. So perhaps you've done a business undergrad, and what these programs will do is give you the opportunity to do a deeper dive and really become a specialist in a particular area. Alternatively, if you come from a slightly different background, these programs will give you the opportunity to convert your experience into something slightly more targeted. So if you know you want to have a career in digital, for example, but maybe you come from a geography or a engineering background, this gives you the opportunity to change course, change tack, and become a little bit more specialized. You also will have the opportunity to build a global professional network. We have a very diverse group of students here at Newcastle University. Our PGT cohort usually stands at around 900 every year, and we have students joining us from all over the world. So you'll find that you're sitting alongside people who not only will come from your home country, but will also come from places like Latin America, Africa, Europe, obviously the UK as well, India, and so on. the work that we do here in the business school and the activities that we pursue alongside your studies will prepare you for a competitive job market. We take career development and graduate outcomes really seriously here at the business school. So you will have the opportunity to build a professional network, build your professional contact network, attend networking events, hear from expert guest speakers, attend career treks, and also have the opportunity to pursue part-time work and internship opportunities while you're with us as well. So it's really important to us, alongside your formal education, that you also receive a fantastic opportunity to really build your overall experience and also have a fantastic cultural experience as well, based here in the UK, and especially in the northeast of England, which has a fantastic culture. And finally, you will have the opportunity to live in what is a really strategically well-positioned city. Newcastle upon Tyne, for anybody that's not sure, is around 3 hours on the train from direct to London and about an hour and a half from Edinburgh. So we are really well appointed for capital cities. We're also 2 hours away from Manchester and around 2.5 hours away from Birmingham as well. So even if you decide that the Northeast is not somewhere that you would want to stay long term, we are really well positioned for you to get around the UK. We have our own international airport. We also have a ferry service. And again, we have an excellent local rail network and national rail network to help you make the most of your time here in the UK. So that brings us to the panel part of our webinar. I'm going to break now because I believe that we've got a couple of our academics on the call. Arturo, I believe we've got you here. Hi, Arturo. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to hand over to you to talk in a little bit more detail because I'm aware I'm very much a layperson, but you're very much embedded heavily within the digital business programs. So I'm going to pass to you to explain a little bit more about the programs and give us your insights on what you consider to be the key selling points, the key highlights of the programs.
Thank you, Jennifer. Well, it gives me a great pleasure to be here to present something about the MSc in Digital Business programs. No? So the MSc in Digital Business and the MSc in Digital Business e-commerce. Now, I was not, it seems to be, Jennifer, that it's me just talking, no? So it's that the dynamics is like that.
It is, yes. So for
Excellent.
anybody on the call, if you have any questions, absolutely feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions. If you're not feeling so brave, that's okay. Do feel free to ask your questions in the chat box, and Arturo can answer them as we go. I can make sure you're aware of any questions coming through, Arturo. But I guess just to kind of get things started, it would be good to understand what you consider to be sort of like the high points of these particular programs, and maybe a good one to start with would be the types of guest speakers that we get on these programs.
Well, first of all, I would like to introduce the programs, so the content. Digital business is about digital business works across multiple functional areas. For example, if we are talking about digital marketing, online sales, this is about basically not only what most of us we know, that is how to use the user interface when we buy things in Amazon, for example. But actually, to really know about digital business, we have to understand, for example, how Amazon, companies like Amazon, what is going on behind the scenes. So there is a network of thousands of suppliers that they have to have all the information updated in the website of Amazon. They have to coordinate the logistics. They have to coordinate payments. They have to coordinate customer service. And actually, companies like Amazon are Amazon not because of the user interface that we, in a very easy way, we use all time, but because of what is going on behind the scenes, no? What we call the back office, no? So for professionals in digital business, actually, or e-commerce, actually to be really people with high knowledge, gurus in the areas. So we have to understand what is going on at the back office above all, no? So, so it implies that we have to understand not only digital marketing, online sales, but in addition to that, to understand the principles and how customer service, logistics, warehouse management, and other procurement, how other functions really work. So this is the key here, no? And not only from the processual business processes point of view, so to have a diverse knowledge of the interconnected work of different functional areas. But in addition to that, I mean, from the business process perspective, in addition to that, to understand the data and business analytics that is the ones, the systems used by managers, not to take decisions about how to improve processes, about how to target in a better way a specific group segment of customers with the right products at the right time. No? So digital business is about that. It's this total comprehensive view of what is the world of digital business. And all of this is incorporated in the curricula. No? In the curricula. Something else, any initiative of any project of digital business will have these characteristics. So we'll have, let's continue with the example. No? If it is at the end of the day a project to have the company online or to improve our online presence, it's not just the user interface. No? It's everything what is the real machinery is working behind. Including, so it will, any project for digital business will imply the automation of different functional areas that they work interconnected, including business and data analytics. And everything starts with the strategy of the company. So the strategy of the company is like the long-term objectives, and all the projects, all the initiatives, all the way how the company is going to work at the end of the day will be in line with the top strategy of company. No? So we have all the business processes, all the data analytics, all the projects that will implement these initiatives will be in line with the strategy of the company. And all the systems at the same time, that is the tendency, will incorporate as part of their functionality different modern technologies, like, for example, artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual reality, big data analytics, mobile commerce, social media. So, and digital business is about all the things I am mentioning. No? So this is what I wanted really to put clear, no, from the beginning, and the curricula of the two programs, the MSc in Digital Business and the MSc in Digital Business E-commerce, both are addressing all these aspects. No? E-commerce probably has a little more flavor, no, because of 3, 4 modules, a little more flavor to specifically the activities that are done in the internet. No? But the MSc in Digital Business is more generic. So for this reason, is that for the people that they want to have total leadership of digital business initiatives that, as I mentioned, they cut across different functional areas. So all the initiatives, it's impossible to see one initiative of digital business that is only about this part of the company or that. It will be multi-area. No? If you want to be a relevant person with a total leadership of e-business initiative. So the program is equipping you for that, no? From the knowledge of strategy, then business processes in different areas, data analytics, you take in addition project management that is for the implementation. So it's all the life cycle of the systems, no? From the strategy of the company to deciding what type of system should be the next initiative, the implementation, and even when the systems are implemented, in addition to that, research says that the majority of information system projects, when they fail, are because of people factors. So we are talking now about organizational change. You know, so big millionaire projects about implementation of different systems, they probably are about the right business processes. They probably are about they are implementing the right technologies. But for the correct use of the system by people, so we are talking now about the people factor, and this is a research demonstrate that most of the failures of information system projects are because of people factors, no? So, and you will learn about that as well, that is another career path about organizational change due to the introduction of new information systems that are disrupting the way how the company will work in the future, no? So from that angle, as well, the MSc in digital business is very complete because it covers all the life cycle. No? And for one day, for you to be the leader of an information system from the digital business area of the company, so you must have this cross-functional cross-technology knowledge. Not, I mean, so this is the main strength of the program, no? That is generic in this sense, that is equipping you to take total leadership of any digital business initiative in the future. I wanted to start with this, Jennifer.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Turo. I think you've done a really good job of explaining like the vast reach of this program, of the digital business program. So thank you very much for that. I'm keeping an eye on the chat box. So if anybody does have any questions that occur to them, please feel free to ask at any point. I'm going to switch over now because we've got Nick Howie on the call. Thank you for joining us, Nick. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've just finished an analytics class, so and then I've got another one in half an hour.
Well, we'll not keep you. We'll not keep you.
No, it's all right.
I'll ask you the same question as I asked Arturo at the beginning there. This particular session is focusing obviously on the digital business programs and the business analytics. We've got people on the call who may have made a decision, may still be in the process of making a decision. So it would be really great if you could explain, what you consider to be the real selling points of the of the business analytics program. I've explained already it's a new program, that it's been developed in line with a lot of input from industry, from the likes of Sage. But if there are any areas or any kind of key things that you think people should maybe bear in mind when they're thinking about pursuing business analytics, it would be great to understand them a little bit more.
Yeah, obviously I missed Arturo's coverage of the digital business, but the reality of a program like this, it's called business analytics for a reason, not data analytics, not data science. It's business analytics, so it has a business focus with an analytical twist, let's call it. So the analytics is in context, and so part of the program is to sort of give some basics in data science, but it is also about how we use those skills in a business context. So the first semester's more about developing, say, visualization skills, analytical skills using Tableau or something like R, and then taking those skills into context in the second semester when we look at things like marketing analytics or operational analytics. So it's more applied than it is just analytics for analytics' sake. It's in a context of business. And that's its primary focus, to be honest, in a nutshell.
And in terms of the types of background that you'd be looking for a student on this program to be, would you have any sort of guidance on?
Sure. I mean, the the recruitment criteria is essentially that you must have done some statistical work. It doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in statistics, but part of it is you need to understand how to work with numbers ultimately. And so the actual base degree could be anything as long as you've done some quantitative or statistical work in it. So it's very broad in that sense. It's just you've got to be, comfortable with numbers, I guess, because there will be some element of that to that particular thing.
That's brilliant. Thank you. That's really helpful.
I mean, just to sort of digress ever so slightly, there's a student on this year from languages, which is not a subject you would have necessarily associated with this, but they're finding it a really interesting program. And another one from history actually did history. So, there is quite a diverse range on there. Some people have got more statistical background, some people have got less, and ultimately we have modules in the first semester that take from, if you pardon my expression here, from zero to hero in terms of that particular thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was explaining at the beginning of the recording there that the majority of our programs are conversions. So
Yeah, absolutely.
You just proved the point there that it's perfect for people who've maybe come
Yeah.
from a slightly different background.
Yeah.
We've had a question in. Saba's asking, does the digital business program cover any aspects of business analysis, or is it more focused on other areas?
Okay, is enabled to share the screen, Jennifer? Could you please?
I'm not sure if I can share the screen. Hang on, bear with me. It should be in the chat. If you go into the chat box there, Arturo.
No, yeah, but I want to share the screen
Oh,
because,
you can, sorry. Yes, sorry. There you go.
okay, to share the screen. Let me see if it is this. Share. Okay. For example, this is the MSc in digital business. And of course, we have data analytics for managers. That is the core module. We are going to incorporate a web and social media analytics for next academic year. So for the year that all of you are going to start. There are components of data analytics in other modules like strategy management and information systems, something in e-business. In artificial intelligence in business, there is the application of these, some minor components, but are there. And the answer is yes. So we have components of data analytics, no? So for this reason, the MSc in digital business is a comprehensive program that is equipping you. I mean, you will take project management, you will take in strategy management and information systems, you will see the ABC of what is digital business, no? So this, to share again, so for example, this module that is the first one, that is the one I teach, that is strategy management and information system, is a module that is especially designed for students that don't have any background in business. So this MSc is what we call conversion, that you don't need a background in business, you don't need a background in anything as soon as you have a first degree, because we see the ABC of what digital business is. So we touch all the areas of digital business, including business processes of all the functional areas. We touch employability, so the different career paths that I'm sure today we are going to talk about. We touch the business analytics, the user interfaces, the systems that are used by managers. We see the technology behind this, and the assessment could be about that as well, no? So we see something about project management, we see something about organizational change. So this module is equipping you to take from everything a little bit. So as mentioned, it's especially designed for people that don't have a background in business, people that don't have a background in technology, because then in the other modules, you are going to see many of what we're going to see in this module, you will see in more detail. So this is the key here, no? And it's good to see the whole thing in context, no? So as mentioned, there is one more module here that is web and social media analytics that is not in this slide because I didn't prepare this for this presentation, but there is something there, no? So from everything you will see a little bit here at the beginning, and then you will expand in more detail in the different modules in the future, no? In digital marketing and so on.
Thanks,
Any
Arturo.
question?
No, that's great. Thank you. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat box. We've got a couple of questions there.
Yeah, I was just looking at them. There's two questions. What programming language incorporated within the course? I guess you're talking about the business analytics. The only sort of, if you want to call it a traditional programming language, is R. But we use Tableau as a visualization tool. Remember, this is a business analytics program rather than a data science program. So the emphasis is more about how we visualize the data. So we use Tableau and Excel for that. And also the question is there any optional module on the business analytics? At the present point in time, there isn't. Everything is core. There are no options. Does that help you answer, Sharia? If I've got that pronounced right.
I should also say as well, along with the program content, every year we run a range of extracurricular skills development sessions as well. So we run sessions on things like SEO, SEO. We run extra sessions on Tableau. Obviously, the sitting programs as well. But for those that are interested, you can come along to extra sessions. You know, analytical tools, all that kind of thing. Power BI. You know, we make sure that you've kind of got a good grounding in quite a few different areas that hopefully supplement your learning on the program as well.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, I mean, the range of available things is significant. So I run sessions on Excel and also on project management as a master class. I guess you'd describe it as, but that runs across the whole range of things. And as Jen has said, the marketing analytics, SEO, optimization, Tableau, Power BI, they're all offered as an opportunity to experience that particular thing. And then if you're really interested in it, you can pursue it in your own way, I guess, to a certain extent.
Brilliant. Unless there are any further questions for our academics, I'm aware that they are running in between sessions. I have a few extra slides to go through in terms of, you know, application process, the career support available, and I'm happy to do that. But unless there's any other questions, I'll maybe let our academics bob off the call. But if anyone has any questions or perhaps something occurs to you later on down the line, I'll make sure our contact details are available on the slides and you can follow up with us afterwards. And we're always happy to put you in touch as well.
Jennifer, I have some things to comment.
Mm-hmm.
There is another strand as part of the MS in digital business that is, and we have some success case studies of students that they launch their own companies. So most of what I explained before is about, let's say, the mainstream area of digital business. That is the one that most of the students will end up working. No? That there is a new tendency there. That is what we call enterprise architecture. No? modern companies, so, and now I'm talking about the tendency, no? That is not only to use new technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data analytics, and these things, no? But the tendency is that companies, as companies have a chief executive officer that is the boss, no, like Bill Gates in Microsoft, Jeff Bezos at Amazon. Then you have a whole marketing department, the chief marketing officer. You have human resources, the chief human resource officer, the chief operations officer. So the new tendency is to have a whole unit in all the big companies that are about the enterprise architecture. So there is now the chief architect officer, no? So it is a new tendency, no? So the MSc in digital business are preparing you to have this function in the future, no? So this is very promising in the sense that when you have this comprehensive knowledge about the company that cut across different areas, this is the whole view of the company. So more than to have a niche focus in one area, no? So you will be equipped to be among many other careers that I'm going to show, to have this comprehensive knowledge of the company, to be really an enterprise architect. And this diverse knowledge is equipping people to have very good possibilities, I mean, to climb the career ladder quickly. No? So I wanted to show you very quickly the different career path examples that you can have in the future. No? So you could be an e-entrepreneur. So because as I mentioned, you can be an e-entrepreneur in the future as well, because we have modules that will equip you for that. So we have the e-business modules that is about business models. Then apart from that, I mean, the continuation of this is to take a digital startup that is to develop a business plan. I mean, and as mentioned, we have students that they have been successful in this way. So they have even, they have gotten to stay in the country with special visas, and they have their own companies. So you could be a venture capitalist, you could be a product manager at companies like Google, Oracle, Yahoo, Meta, etc. You can be a management consultant. You could be an enterprise architect, that is the most conventional that I'm saying now. You could be a project manager. You could be an expert in everything that is technology in the supply chain. You could be a customer relationship management manager. You could be a digital marketing. You could be an industry analyst, data analyst, account manager, etc. No? So these are examples of the companies in which our students at some point they were working after the program, and these are the type of companies. No? So I wanted to clarify. So the program is very oriented to employability. So it was designed from the very beginning with this focus. No? So what the student need to know to climb, to get that job and to climb the career ladder. So in addition to the normal and standard career services that, by the way, in Newcastle is, I would say, according to my experience, is the best in the country, our area of career services in Central University. So you, as part of the MSc in Digital Business, you will have special sessions within the modules, within one module in particular, that is about employability. So we are going to talk about different career paths. We are going to have exercises, discussions, coaching, even one-to-one. So this will be, as mentioned, beyond the career services that is given by the university. So this is a formal component of the MSc in Digital Business, in which we are going to have all these sessions about different career paths. And there is a paradox with a lot of students that they come to take the program, that they start the program thinking that they will go in a specific, I mean, after the master to work in a specific career path, but they learn so much in the different modules and in the employability sessions that they discover new career paths that they didn't imagine, you know? And at the end they work in jobs that they didn't imagine and they are very successful. So for example, we had a person coming thinking that she wanted to work in digital market. A lot of students at the end of the day, they work in digital marketing, you know? But she wanted that, it was the focus. And then she learned so much that now she's a top cybersecurity expert at IBM, for example, no? Or people that at the end, they are enterprise architects or they work in different career paths, no? So I wanted to show very quickly what I'm talking about specifically, no? So I'm talking about specifically these are the segment that is specifically about employability in the digital business program. So here you have some success stories and all this block of sessions and coaching and exercises and to be with you. I mean, to get the job, it was even recognized by the university, no, as something really to mention, no. So we received the awards because of the contribution to employability, no. So this is very important because this is telling you how much you are going to learn about new possibilities for your future, no? And we are going to be with you helping specifically for the digital business profession and all the different career paths. There's so many that you will be equipped eh, to get that job and then to succeed in the long term.
Thanks, Arturo. That's been really helpful to understand like the range of opportunity that's out there and how stitched in employability is into the program. Krithika is asking on the chat, are there any basic concepts or programming languages to be familiar with before coming to the UK to study business analytics? Now, I appreciate Nick's had to jump off, but I don't know if you've got any view on that, if there's anything that people could to do or read up or follow up on in preparation to come and undertake one of these programs.
Well, Nick is not here, no? So it's a question more for him, no?
It is, but in terms of digital business, is there anything that you would recommend for anybody thinking about coming to study?
Well, in digital business, we are going to touch some tools. You have to learn more about programming for the MSc in Business Analytics. For the MSc in Digital Business is what we call a conversion program that you don't need to have any special requirement to take our program, no? So as mentioned before, there is a bridging module at the beginning in which I am going to teach specifically. Within this module is the module about employability, the component about employability that we take formally. And if you need any preparation before the MSc in Digital Business programs, no. Because as mentioned, no, the module start, I mean, the program start with this core module as soon as you arrive, okay? And this will equip you to do very well in the next module that will be the expansion of what we are going to do at the beginning, no? So this module is very good as well, even for the people that they have a background in business and technology, because they will put their business knowledge in the context of digital business, no? So it is for experience, for people with background in business and for people that don't have a background in business. So this is the idea of this model, no? And you will get impressed, you now that you don't have a background in business, so you will get impressed of the very high and sophisticated level of knowledge that you are going to get as soon as you finish the first module with the second, the third, and you will not believe what you are learning in the second semester, for example, no? But so the design of the composition of modules in the program is a scientific design on purpose to start from, as we say, from the bits and the bytes, from the basic things, and little by little to make it much more sophisticated. So at the end of the program, you will get the highest standards and you will be as successful as most of our students have been. So you don't need any background, you don't need to read anything before, because we know that from where you come from, and our curricula is for that.
Makes sense. Thank you for that, Arturo. Just double checking on the chat if anyone else has any questions that they would like to put to our academic today. Anything else that they would like to know about this particular programs? Okay, well, as I say, this presentation will be available on our YouTube channel going forwards. You can find out further information about the module options on the program webpage. And you can also contact us at any time if you would like a further discussion about the programs, or if you have any questions that occur to you afterwards.
Maybe something to finish, Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
One important thing is so something that students try to find in a master degree is to have experience from practice, from industry. We have this, so there is a company-based project in one of the modules. You are going to touch some tools, no, in digital marketing, in business analytics, the module you are going to take about these areas. All the assessments are very close of what you will do in practice. So if you start to work as a consultant and you will work in a project and you will work under a minor supervision. So here in the university, for example, what you are going to learn and the assessments are very close to these things. There are lots of soft skills that you are going to develop, how to collect information, how to interpret data, context, situations, how to take conclusions from these, how to do interviews. So the program is preparing you for real life, not to be independent in your learning, and to be ready for this first job in which you will not have the teacher there and the coaching that we give you in a safe environment. No? So you will have all these standard things, no? But I will say that the two most important things in the MSc in Digital Business programs are, as mentioned before, the curricula that is so comprehensive and complete, okay? But in addition to that, the teacher, no? So find me in the internet. I am the program director. You will take with me the core module that is so important for your whole development in the program. You will have another teacher, Professor Papayanis, for example, that he is an entrepreneur. So I have worked in industry for many years in top companies. And this is very important, no? Because we don't depend on a guest speaker to give you a flavor of practice. So you will have the people that have been successful practitioners in companies like Oracle, IBM, and then in addition to that, we are PhD scientists. So you will have this combination that is so powerful, not only with one guest speaker here and there, but every day. So this is very important and is really, really a strong point in the MSc in Digital Business program. No? Find me and I will be happy to be connected with you through LinkedIn.
One last question has come through. Question around submitting practical projects for all modules. So I guess the question is, do we need to submit some practical projects for all modules, or are some of them exam-based? How does it tend to work?
Exactly. This is a very good point. It's something that I tried to comment before, no? All the modules are practice-oriented. Okay? So there is a company-based project. There are projects in which you will have to develop some in business analytics, for example, as part of the MSc in Digital Business, because we take business analytics, we have digital marketing. So you will touch tools and you will have to build something that is as part of the labs, as part of the learning. But the assessment always there are practice oriented, no? So the day you will be a consultant, you don't have to work necessarily with a tool. If you are a consultant in business analytics, the most difficult part in real life will be to collect information as a consultant and to design what type of systems, of business intelligence systems, and a specific area needs. So the assessment is going in line with this. So it will be very close to what you will do in practice. In another module, for example, in mine, so you will have to collect information to understand the strategy of the company and what type of systems could be systems in the area of marketing, could be business analytics systems, could be, or as mentioned before, cross-functional, no? This company, because of the strategy of the company, you need this type of systems in the area of marketing, in the area of customer service, in the area of logistics, procurement. So because you are going to collect information, because you will have to analyze the information, because you will have to take conclusions from this information, and you can submit this as part of an assignment. But the soft skills that I mentioned and the hard knowledge you are going to get about digital business are very close things that you will do some month after in your first job. So all the assessment, independently if you are touching tools or not, all the assessment in all the modules are totally practice oriented, very close to what you are going to do in practice. And then when you will not have the teacher there, you will be safe because you will be an independent learner, and there will not be really secret for you in the future. So this is really one strength of the program. The question is very good about the practical applicability of what you are going to learn. From the content of the program, the content of each module, the assessment, the labs, and above all the assessments, I would say that everything is very practical oriented.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That's been marvelous. I think Saba says thank you. Okay. I'm aware of time. If there's no other questions, I'll let Arturo go. But as I said before, this doesn't have to be the only opportunity for you to ask questions. You can reach out, as Arturo says, via LinkedIn, or you can drop us an email and we'll happily put you in touch. But in the meantime, thank you for that, Arturo. I think it's been a really fantastic insight into the practicality and the wide-ranging nature of digital business. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Whenever you want.
Thank you now.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Okay, so all that remains for me to do is to share a few more. I've got a few more slides just to kind of quickly whip through. And these are in line with some extras, some supportive information with regards to your application making, your offer acceptances, and basically how to navigate through the next couple of months. Now, some of you may already be offer holders, which is great. Some of you again might be making some final decisions. So this is just to kind of give you a little bit of an overview of what to expect over the next few months and how you can keep in touch with us. So moving forwards, the application process. If you've got any questions on this, this is what postgraduate admissions are there for. So please don't worry too much about navigating your way through this. It can feel a bit overwhelming, but it's absolutely fine. Everything that you do in terms of your application is managed through the Newcastle University application portal. So all of your transcripts, uploading everything, any kind of directives, any kind of contact can be managed through that portal. So for those of you that are maybe still considering applying for a course, hopefully this webinar has helped you narrow down your options. So you've hopefully searched for a course, you've checked the entry requirements, you're clear on what the requirements look like. You'll know for Newcastle, it's usually around a 2-1. However, if you think you may fall a little bit below 2-1, please still apply. We can always talk to you about some options that are available to you. You prepare and upload your application documents to the website portal, which you can access on the website via the program page under Apply Now. And then what happens is that when and if you receive and accept your offer onto a program of study, you will then need to apply for and receive your CAS. Now, the CAS, for those that might not know, that's basically your visa documentation, which includes the details of the institution, so i.e. Newcastle University, and the program that you're going to study for, and we'll make sure that you have all of the correct visa documents in order to be able to travel to the UK and to pick up your study. You meet all of the conditions of your offer. Again, if you were to fall below a 2-1, then please just reach out and let us know. We're more than happy to have a conversation with you about your options at that point. You accept your offer and you receive your offer at the end there. So that's a very quick whistle-stop tour. That can take a few months. So what I would recommend doing is that at the moment, our admissions teams are working at around 5 days turnaround time for applications. So if you apply to us today, you should hear by early to mid next week about an offer. What I would recommend at that point is that you accept your offer and move on in terms of start to think about things like paying your deposit, start to think about putting your application in for your CAS. If you receive a conditional offer, maybe it's about your English language skills, about starting to sit your IELTS exam or one of the other English exams which are accepted by the university. Start to get your plans in place for that as well, because all of that can take a little bit of time. And what we don't want to happen is for you to have any unnecessary delays in your acceptance process. In terms of a little bit of extra detail on there, for the application process, you will be expected to put together a personal statement. Now, in terms of the personal statement, just think really clearly about what your motivation is for applying to the particular program that you're interested in. Hopefully today's session will help you with that. So don't worry if you don't know exactly what you want to do with your career, exactly what you want to do with your life after the program. That's absolutely fine. It's more about your motivation to pursue this particular area of study, and thinking about why Newcastle in particular, why the programme at Newcastle. You could go anywhere in the UK and we'd be honoured to have you come to our institution, but it would be really good to understand what you can bring to us, you know, what you'd get out of living in our city, becoming a part of our community. There's lots to offer here at Newcastle, so it'd be good for you to have a little think about in advance about what that would mean to you, and including that in your personal statement as well. If you need any support with writing a personal statement, again, reach out to us. We're more than happy to help you. Don't forget to get all of your transcripts up to date. You'll need a copy of your passport, again, any English language requirements, etc., a CV, and 2 references as well. Now, there's a QR code here on the right-hand side. So for further information on all of this, just feel free to scan that QR code and it'll take you directly through to the relevant pages and where you need to be. If you don't meet the requirements of what you need, don't forget that we also offer a pre-master's program in pre-sessional English a pre-master's program, which allows you to study before progressing onto the master's properly. Or you can come and study a pre-sessional English, and they're through our international partner Into. So what would happen is that you would receive a conditional offer, you would meet the conditions of that offer, then you would travel to the UK to be in Newcastle, and you would attend our Into Centre for a period of time before then transferring onto the full-time master's programme. I'm just answering Saba's question here. You've received your COP. What else should I do to get a CAS? Your COP should give you guidance on what the next steps should be. What I would recommend doing is going into the portal, into the application portal, and it will give you a guidance on your next steps. But it should be a case of applying with your offer documents and your intended funding sources, and that will get you onto the next stage of the visa process. If you aren't sure what to do after this call, please drop us an email and we'll be more than happy to sort of walk you through it in a bit more detail. But I believe that if you go onto the portal, it should give you a good guide on what your next step should be. Moving on. Scholarships, for those of you that are interested in scholarships, there are a range available, and I would very much recommend scanning the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner of this particular slide, because there are university-wide scholarships available to you depending on where you're from in the world and depending on your characteristics. But we also have scholarship offers here in the business school as well. So we have Business Excellence scholarships and Dean's International Excellence scholarships as well. Both are worth £10,000. When you apply to the program, if you hit the criteria of what we're looking for, so the criteria is detailed in this slide, you will then automatically fall into the application for that. So you don't need to do anything extra. And what the team here in the business school will do is they will look at your application and look at the criteria and look at your personal statement and decide whether you are going to receive an offer of a scholarship from the business school or not. Now, an important thing to note here is that you're unfortunately not able to stack your scholarships. So if you received a scholarship from the university, for example, and then you were offered one from the business school, you would only be able to receive one of those. So you would need to make a decision on what that looks like. So it's really important that you take a look via the QR code at the university level scholarships, because they might be a better financial value or more relevant to you than the ones here in the business school. But the ones here in the business school are pretty generous this year. So I would recommend checking those out. Just in terms of upcoming events that we will be in touch with you about, and we'd love to see some of you there. On the 12th of March, we have a dedicated session which will be run by one of our careers consultants on careers and employability here in the business school. During this session, we'll do a much deeper dive into all the various events, activities, opportunities that you will have to really supercharge your career planning, your career development, your employability skills when you're with us here in Newcastle, and also beyond as well, how we look after you and how we support you after graduation. On the 13th of March, we are running a webinar where you can meet our Dean. So that's Professor Stuart Robinson, who has been here at the business school for, I think, 3 years now. He's going to provide insights in Newcastle University Business School and also answer your questions. So you'll be more than welcome to join that. On the 19th of March, we're going to talk more about industry engagement. So as well as the industry engagement and the practical skills and exposure to business that you will get inside your program, we also run a raft of different opportunities throughout the year outside of your study as well. So we're going to have members of our business partnerships team talk you through what that can look like and opportunities for you to grow your professional network. And then on the 26th of March, we will have a similar session on our alumni community. So I'll be hearing from people who've been through this process, who've spent time in Newcastle, who perhaps went from the UK originally, but have now received their master's degrees and have gone on into a range of different areas of expertise, a range of different roles all over the world. They'll be able to talk to you a little bit about what their experiences look like and how much they enjoyed their time, hopefully here at Newcastle. As I say, you will receive emails with invitations to sign up for all of these events, so nothing that you need to do at the moment. It's a very busy time for you. We appreciate that. There's a lot to consider, and we know you have a lot of decisions to make. So it's really important to us that you feel like you have the support that you need. So for that reason, I've included the email address to our inbox. We aim to come back to you within 2 working days on any questions that you might have going forwards. And again, I'll stay on the call. I'll stop recording in a second. And if you have any further questions, I'll stay on the call for a few minutes, and you're more than welcome to ask any questions at that point as well. So without further ado, I'm going to end the call, end the recording, and thank you very much for listening.